You have just been invaded by...
Hey there guys, this is DJ Slope from Slope's Game Room and you're listening to Slopescast, recorded live on Twitch on the 28th of January 2020. In today's show we'll be talking about the return of Resident Evil, Turrican's new Flashback collection, Sonic modders yet again going crazy with the Taxman mobile port, a long lost Tomb Raider game making a comeback, the merging of Mario 64 and Goldeneye 64, the price increase and the decrease of Xbox Live, and of course, as usual, we'll be discussing this week's Kickstarter of the week. All of that and more with my co-host Grizzly Crichton and guest star Mike Towns. As always, if you have topics that you would like us to cover, then please do make your way over to the Slopes Game Room Discord server, and of course, if you would like to be in for a chance to be on a future episode, then please do consider becoming a Patreon or YouTube member. It really does help the production of the show. So here we go with topic number one. Honestly, I haven't actually played this, but yeah, there's no way you can get away from the crazy hype that is Village, aka Resident Evil 8. But Grizzly, you are someone that has been playing the Resident Evil Village demo that recently popped up, and got much to say on this one?
So, first off, Resident Evil Village looks great. I did play the demo. In 4K, like if you've got all of the gubbins like 4K, PS5 and all of that, one, well done you, because PS5s are like gold dust, but also the game looks absolutely stunning, and it's truly, it's like the first glimpse of next generation that I think we will actually see, because it runs really smoothly at full 4K resolution. It looks stunning. The only thing I will say about the demo, though, if you're on PS4 or any other platform and you're looking at it with envious eyes, you're not really missing much. There's not much to see. So just to give you a brief overlook, I mean, there's not much in the way of spoilers. You kind of walk through a prison, you walk through like a mansion scene, you see really nice decor on the walls, you do a little puzzle, and it's pretty much over. But to be able to see that world, to see that characterization, it looks really neat and it plays really well. I'm really excited for the main game.
Yeah, it does look beautiful. I've only seen footage of it. I've not actually had to go on this myself, but I will be. I probably will be deleting Balan and putting this in its place. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it looks so brilliantly eerie. What a shift over since Resident Evil 7 and 8 have come along from the earlier games. Do you like the newer games compared to like the older tank-controlled Resident Evil games, would you say?
Definitely. I mean, I love it when Capcom does this whole Renaissance thing. I mean, it worked really well for Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 is one of my favourite games from the GameCube and PS2 era. In fact, I would probably say it's my favourite from that era. Wow. And this seems to be harking a lot back to that. So you got the merchant back, you got the attaché, like inventory management, and you've got that general idea of, you know, the enemies themselves, not particularly scary, but it's how you handle it and how you manage your resources that matters. Yeah. But it's also got a bit of that new, and the one thing I'm a bit mixed on with the new Resident Evil titles and the remakes that they've done is that they always seem to have this one enemy who you can't kill until the game allows you to do so in the final boss fight, that kind of just trudges around arena, and you gotta either dodge them or hide from them. That doesn't necessarily feel like Resident Evil to me, but I also understand that that's kind of the trope that people subscribe to horror games for. So I don't know. I'm curious to see where they go with it. And Jack Baker, the main villain, or the villain that was highly advertised in Resident Evil 7, turned out to be one of my favourites from the series. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the giant vampire lady that everyone's lusting over. And,
they are, aren't they?
I mean, just look at her. How could you not? And then also the Bloodborne fella. You know which one I mean. I mean, comes up straight after it says Village here. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It looks good. It plays good, and I can't wait to see what they do story wise.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I'd be able to handle a woman like her, if I'm honest. I think I would feel a bit inadequate. I think I don't think I think she'd have to go somewhere else. Have you had much experience with this one, Mike?
I didn't know the demo was out on like PS4 also. I thought it was only out on PS5, but I'm gonna have to give it a shot because I liked most of the Resident Evils. Like 7 was like really good. I thought like cool sort of shift, and this seems to sort of like follow that.
I couldn't finish 7. I bought it and I played it in VR, and it just freaked me out so much. I was so scared in Resident Evil 7. I couldn't do it, and I couldn't bring myself to play it like just standard, because I was like, no, I've bought this for the VR, you know, and I'm going to play it in VR, and I couldn't do it. I was so scared in that game.
I did the entire game in VR for PlayStation Country, and I tell you what, I was genuinely blown away. Like graphically, it didn't matter because, you know, the problem with VR, right, is if you see it on the big screen and then go to VR doesn't look as good. Let's just face it. That screen door effect. It doesn't look nice, but the level of control, the level of immersion for Resident Evil 7 in VR was just astounding, and it really added to that sense of dread and scare. But playing the whole game, man, that's a long stint in VR.
Yeah, I bet. I think I'll go back and play it properly. Maybe I'll do it as a Twitch stream again. I keep saying all these things I might do on Twitch, but yeah, I think I need to. But maybe I'll get it in prep ready for the for when this one comes out. But do you know if this one's coming in VR?
It isn't at the stage, but considering it's using the same engine as Resident Evil 7, chances are there's probably like a developer mode hidden somewhere, and you could probably unlock it using, you know, magical trickery, because, you know, modders are amazing and they love doing stuff like this. So
yeah, I'm secretly hoping they don't.
Secretly hoping they don't, so you don't get to see Big Lady in the VR vision, though.
Oh my god! Imagine the selling point on that. My god!
I guarantee it. That'll be the reason why the VR gets made for this game.
Majorly.
Yeah.
Majorly. My god! If there isn't a VR cosplay porno version of this already, like, man, you know it's being made.
It's, mate.
You're onto a winner,
mate. The trailer came out last week, literally while we were streaming last week, and I'll guarantee it. The morning after, there was Rule 34 everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, but gameplay wise, it looks fantastic. It looks just like the other one. And the other one was fantastic. Number 7 was fantastic. So this is continuing on with that path. It's been a good few years now, isn't it, since that one? So they're not rushing them out. It's good.
Yeah, they're kind of filling the gaps of remakes and remasters and what have you, giving people what they want. And ever since Resident Evil 7, they've been on like this whole new trajectory, which, you know, after Resident Evil 6, they desperately needed. So I'm really, I don't think it can fail at this stage.
No, I don't think it will. It'd have to do something pretty spectacular to fail. But yeah, it's exciting. I still think in regards to these remakes, they should have remade Veronica before they've done the next one's 4, isn't it? Yeah, they should have done Veronica before Code Veronica. But yeah.
As long as they don't remake Survivor.
Absolutely. And on to the next topic, which is Turrican Flashback, which I've also been streaming tonight. So if you are listening to this on podcast services or on my second YouTube channel, please come over to Twitch and watch me play these games. I'm still quite new over there. It's like I'm starting all again. So come and watch me play Turrican Flashback very, very badly. But yeah, John B was the guy who suggested this over in my Discord. And basically, yeah, Turrican Flashback is launching on Switch on the 29th, as of the recording of this episode, tomorrow on the Switch. And it brings 4 Turrican games, which are the ones I've been playing tonight. So Turrican 2, Mega Turrican, and Super Turrican. What are people's thoughts? Got much on this one, Grizzly?
Yeah, I mean, like, Turrican is a series I didn't really pay much attention to when I was younger, but it's one of those ones that I've kind of discovered over the years reading retro gamer articles and seeing just the odd bits and pieces, and also looking back at the history of Factor 5, the guys who made Rogue Squadron, because they're fantastic and very technically minded. But so it's a series I'm slowly warming to, but I think my first real, like, foray into the game series was when I picked up my analog Super NT, which is, if people don't know, it's a really souped up Super Nintendo made by third party people. But Super Turrican 2 Director's Cut was built into that, and Super Turrican Director's Cut was built into that console for the first time, and truly fantastic game. With some of the best music going on a 16-bit platform.
Oh, it's right up there. It's right up there. And for those that don't know, it was actually one of the influences from Yuzo Koshiro to get into the whole game. Yuzo Koshiro of Streets of Rage, plus many other games, but primarily known for Streets of Rage. Quality games. I'm much more of a fan of the later releases in this particular. I think this is like the first set of the flashbacks. I'm more into the Mega and the Super rather than the original Turrican and Turrican 2. I think that's probably quite common for most people, if I'm honest. But it's great. It's absolutely great, and I'm really enjoying playing through them. In fact, as I was playing them a little bit earlier on after this podcast, I'm probably going to continue playing them. I'm currently playing them on the PlayStation 5, but I'll be getting them on the Switch. The Switch is my go-to system for games like this, for sure.
Yeah, this was built to be a Switch retro collection.
Portable.
For sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Have you had much love with this series, Mike?
Similar story to Grizz, where didn't see it a whole lot when I was younger, but knew it existed, saw it in magazines and videos and stuff, then played a few of them. But I didn't know the music was that good. That was nuts.
Oh, it's really good music. It's fantastic music. But yeah, it's one of those things. They kind of got right from the beginning. They didn't really add too much throughout all of the extra releases they did. But yeah, like I say, they nailed it first time. So
it's the kind of stuff I'm going to start looking up remixes for to DJ and stuff.
Oh wow, yeah, for sure. So this Super Turrican includes the Director's Cut previously released, like you say, on the Super NT, and as an untouched, fully fledged Turrican title. So that's nice to hear. Very good. Thank you, John B, for sending that one over. Now, as we was talking earlier about awesome modders out there doing their thing. Oh, this is so good. So for our next topic, Sonic modders have added an interesting new viewpoint using the Taxman port code. So you may have remembered on the last podcast we talked about that hackers had modders had basically worked out how to get the originally mobile ports of Sonic 1 and 2, which is often looked at as the very best Sonic 1 and 2 versions out there, and they're getting them onto PC in places like PS Vita and stuff like that as well. And now they're doing interesting new ports.
Was that the dude who made Sonic Mania and stuff? Who made those ports?
It was, yeah, Taxman. So the guys behind Headcanon Games and what have you. So this is a very visual one, so I'll try and describe it for the people who listen to on the on Spotify or the like. So imagine if you will, you're back in the 90s and you're looking through a walkthrough of Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. What you would usually get is essentially a pasted map of the entire world of Sonic the Hedgehog. And what's really cool is that someone's made that playable, and all they've done is essentially adjust the resolution of the Sonic game into a full 4K ratio. So you see everything working at the same time. So right now we're watching Chemical Plant Zone, and it just looks fantastic. It's just like a full map, and you can see every moving part. You can see where all of the platforms cycle into place. And I just look at it and I'm just thinking, this is fantastic. Could I actually play the full game like this?
It looks like a level creator, level almost.
Yeah.
It's so cool. So yeah, exactly like that. So when you see these FAQ things online, these strategy guides, and you see the big double spread of the entire level, and so you can see how you're going to be able to take your path. You can actually literally play the game like that as a tiny little Sonic right there, and it's so cool. Being able to work out where you'll be able to do the perfect jump to get to a higher point in the level and stuff. I'm definitely going to work my way through and actually try and stream an entire Sonic 2 playthrough like this. Sonic 2 is one of the greatest games of all time, and I'm always well interested in finding new ways to play it. So this is music to my ears. This is so cool. definitely excited to try this one out. And yeah, thanks to LV54 Space Monkey over in my Discord for suggesting this topic. It's awesome.
My eyes aren't like handling it.
I'd think you need like a really large screen to appreciate this one. I mean, and also it's clearly not designed to work this way, because if you can see right at the end of the video, again describing it for the people listening just without the visuals, Robotnik spawns in long before the ending portal is touched, so it just it doesn't quite work right, but it's
it breaks
just visually impressive.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. It's very cool. I'm going to see what I can do. I think I'm going to have a playthrough of this. It's too fun. It's really cool. But yeah, there you go. Definitely worth keeping an eye out. And I'm so excited to see what else they're going to be able to do with the original Taxman ports of this. Like, give us more absurd ports like this, please.
This would look really cool on a cinema screen.
Yeah. Definitely.
Oh my god, I've got my projector set up in the garage. Oh mate, this has got to be done. And I've got ultra wide monitors as well, 2 of them, so I could like imagine this lengthy level. It'd be fantastic. So yeah, definitely checking this one out. So yeah, again, thanks to LV54 Space Monkey over in Discord for doing this one. Yeah, on to the next topic. This one was actually suggested by me. Big fan of the very original Tomb Raider. I loved that game. Everything about that game. The music. Actually, I've got an episode coming up all about the original Tomb Raider. Not a good one, actually. It's a Kickstarter, kick scammer episode. But moving on from that, the very original Tomb Raider, for its 10th anniversary, was at one point getting a sort of HD remake, would you believe? And it was coming out for the PSP. For whatever reason, this never ended up happening. And it's come to light, and it's now actually fully playable. You can actually see this now, and this is mind-blowing for me. Like, I know this the first half of this game I know very, very well. I've only ever completed it a few times, but being able to see this in, well, sort of PSP HD, it's obviously not perfect HD.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. From the triangle boobied version of the original, before they started to market her as a sex symbol. I don't think they realised what they had in their hands the first time around.
I think they might have had something in their hands at the time, but we won't go into that. It is super impressive. I mean, the fact that this is running on the PSP, it's got really like impressive lighting, volumetric stuff. It's brilliant. But what's really great about this is it recently came to light, and the core design guys, of course, designed this, released the game, as you say. But not to mention, they gave us like a full history on what happened to this. So this game was cancelled, and then later became a pitch for both a National Treasure movie tie-in and an Indiana Jones tie-in, and it was shopped around to various like different like studios, but nobody really picked it up. So it's a damn shame, and it never came to pass. I mean, it looks pretty good to go to me.
They've definitely improved the controls, because obviously the original is heavily tank based, those tank controls, and this one does look a lot more free flowing. You end up having to work your way around those tank controls and learn to work with them, obviously, for the original. So it does make me think, would this be an incredibly easier game? Because, you know, like I say, they've put in a much more refined and updated control system, being that it was 10 years later. I'm definitely going to be giving this a go myself. But it just baffles the mind, like, what other incredible games like this are out there that we just have never, ever heard of.
And also what kind of playable states they were in. Worth mentioning, happy 25th birthday, Lara. It's her 25th anniversary this year, so it's probably the reason why this came out.
Oh, true.
25th this year, is it? Right.
It is, yeah.
Got to get that complete history done this year then. Big time.
Definitely.
I was chatting to Square Enix personally about doing a complete history on this, and a good few years ago now, and they were very excited about doing it with me, and I just kept putting it off because I know it's going to be such a big video. But it's my 2021 New Year's resolution, I suppose, is working on those big videos, not getting them out weekly anymore, but in place of putting out the bigger videos, and obviously starting that off with Castlevania. I think this year might be the year we do Tomb Raider. I think it needs to be done, because I've got massively nostalgic vibes from this. This is all.
Well, you heard it here first, guys. Complete history of Tomb Raider.
I've been teasing complete histories since the beginning. I think like the second or third one I was ever going to do was Dizzy, but yeah, there we go.
Just remember, Dan, you only get 125th anniversary.
You do. Maybe if I don't, I'll wait till the 30th. So I probably should get on it.
Yeah.
There we go. But yeah, there is a Eurogamer article that goes into a lot more detail, as Grizzly said there, and it's definitely worth a read, explaining about like how they just tried to pitch this for so many other things. But yeah, it's cool. It's a good bit of gaming history right there, happening as we speak. Not a bad thing. Never a bad thing. Moving over to our next topic, Mario. Mario goes postal on Peach's Castle with this Goldeneye mod. I believe Mike Towns, you were the guy that suggested this particular one. So did you want to take the floor with this? What are we actually looking at here? What are we talking about this Goldeneye Mario mod?
Tis a mod for the ROM, which I tried to get it working and I couldn't myself, but it looks pretty cool. We're pretty much taken the outside of Peach's Castle and the inside from Mario 64 and turning it into a GoldenEye level.
It's crazy. I'm looking at it here, and they have actually got it. It is literally a GoldenEye game, because you look at it and you think it's a Super Mario 64 mod, but it's actually the other way around. Like it plays. It looks like it plays exactly how you'd want a GoldenEye game to play. Like
the dialogue is kind of cringy, but like everything else is pretty top notch.
Yeah, I mean, well, if it wasn't cringy, I think I'd be a bit upset. Like this sort of thing needs cringe. But, it's very, very cool. Very, very cool. There really isn't much else to it, but if you want to play Mario 64 in a GoldenEye viewpoint with a gun and shooting Koopas.
Before it gets like DCMA'd.
Yeah. I mean, it's on the internet. That's never going away now. I can't imagine Nintendo giving this away with their My Nintendo subscription points.
The next All-Stars.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this is their own fault for not giving us Mario Galaxy 2 in the first place. I mean, yeah, this is fantastic.
You can't go into the paintings, unfortunately, though.
Sorry, say that again?
Well, you can't go into the paintings, unfortunately, but like from the looks, it's all the way up to the first Bowser star sort of stairs.
Yeah, someone's clearly modded this for like keyboard and mouse control in the video. It's far too smooth. But no, it looks great. I mean, like just the merging of the two games, two very incompatible games, I'll add. It's just impressive.
Absolutely. How far does this? How far have they actually got with this?
Up to the star room.
Oh no, it goes right up to the last one. So the last star room.
Oh, okay, nice.
They've even put in the objectives. You have to kill each Bowser, then get to the top and kill that Bowser, and it's even got cinematics and everything. It's impressive.
Because I think it's about like half hour or so, like worth.
It's great. Yeah, again, perfect stream material for anyone out there that's interested. Definitely check this out. It's a great little mod. There's some great stuff out there for sure, and this is another one of them.
I hope it gets counted as like storyline canon.
Yeah. Moving over to the topic that's probably going to bring this on a little bit here. The Microsoft has increased the price, or said they were going to be increasing the price of the Xbox Live, and then they didn't. Grizzly, take the floor with this, mate.
Oh, I've got a few theories on this one. Right, so general story is, so earlier, sometime last week or earlier in the week, Microsoft announced that they were going to increase a monthly subscription. I'm going to go by dollar prices here. So $1 on top of a monthly subscription, $5 for a 3-month subscription, so that brings it up to $20, and then 6 months to be increased to $59.99, $60 essentially. Now,
what was it? What was it beforehand?
So that it used to be $60 for a whole year. So eye-wateringly, this would have meant, and bear in mind that the 12-month subscription has been removed, it would cost you $120 for a full year of Xbox Live. That's without Game Pass, I'll add.
Wow.
So, naturally, there was a backlash. And almost within 24 to 48 hours, Microsoft released a statement on their website saying that they've messed up and then they're going to go back to the pre-price hike prices. But there's a lot of questions as to why they did this, and it all seemed to be, and a lot of people made the same assumption as I did about they wanted everyone to go to Game Pass, because Game Pass comparatively is an excellent deal, because you get
a good deal, yeah.
You get a bunch of great games. I'm actually a subscriber myself. I've been enjoying the hell out of it. I love the fact that I'm getting new titles like the Medium game that's launching tomorrow. But just in general, like, the whole idea of Xbox Live, it's kind of dead now. You don't just buy an online subscription to play online anymore. You buy it to get all of this, like, these fringe benefits. So, but the problem is, I believe in a way that this kind of strategy worked for them, because a lot of people realize it, thinking that Xbox Live is going to go up, would have just gone over to Game Pass because it was more or less the same price for a full year. $120, and you get so much more for your money. So the people in that 24 hours who made that knee-jerk reaction, and bear in mind, there are still people on Facebook feeds and Twitter everywhere still complaining about the price hike. I believe that it's almost been a bit of a strategy just to get people to switch over. So I don't know. It's a real bit of a mess, and classic Microsoft 180 situation, bringing back the spirit of Don Matrick all over again.
Yeah, I for me, it's not. I just think it's a real ballsy thing to do, considering you have a system that doesn't even have any exclusive games on it anyway. Like, you need to be garnering to your audience a lot more in a much better way, and obviously better way, because they went back on it, didn't they? But it just makes me like them less, and I'm not a big fan of Microsoft Xbox anyway. I really want to, because I love the original Xbox and I love the 360, but since then I've just really not enjoyed the way they've done things at all. And I know, like, Game Pass, like you say, is a fantastic deal. It really is. I have it for free on the PC. I never bloody download any games for it, but I always feel like the best games out there are your first party games, and I feel like Xbox they sit on that Game Pass so much, and that all they care about is getting people over to Game Pass, and rather than actually doing first party games, because when they do first party games, they're bloody awesome. They need to get more out.
Well, they're not in the software game, they're in the ecosystem.
No,
game.
they really
Let's
are.
just face it. They want to be Apple, they want to be Facebook, and it's starting to work for them, for better or worse. But one of the things that really there's a gentleman in the chat, gentleman or gentle lady, don't want to assume, Zalatot, who's mentioning free games don't need Xbox Live anymore.
Yeah,
that's actually another reaction to the backlash. So let's just picture the scene. You're little Timmy, you want to play a bit of Fortnite, you got an Xbox, everyone else has got PS4 or PS5, Nintendo Switch. On every other platform, you did not need to buy a subscription service to be able to play Fortnite, because it's a free-to-play game. On Xbox, up until last week, you had to spend at least £40 or $60 to be able to play per year your free-to-play game Fortnite. It just shows you how backwards they were, and also kind of shows you the intent that Microsoft was trying to do. So not just the price increase, we're talking about things like 24-hour check-ins. Do you remember the whole backlash about Xbox One going digital only? They're pushing towards that now. I mean, you can see a digital-only console. You can see 24-hour check-ins for anything digital.
Oh, I think we're definitely within the last one or two generations to have even a disc drive. Potentially. Yeah. I hate the idea of thinking like that, but potentially.
Yeah.
Oh, what a horrible future.
Microsoft are always pushing their customers to see what they can get away with.
They really are.
But truth be told, they do listen to them when they shout back. But it's going to get to the point where they're going to stop listening and they're just going to do it. So it just shows you where they want to be.
Yeah.
And it's up to people to complain and, mention what's wrong with it. So
I really do feel like when that time happens, when, you got the big players like your Sony and your Microsoft actually do go full digital with the PlayStation 6 and possibly 7 and Xbox, I don't know what fucking number they'll give it by this point. But I think that's when the gaming market will open up to some brand new players, because then it's anyone's game.
Sega will come back.
Who knows? Because it doesn't really matter about game systems by that point when that happens.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we're talking about Android boxes taking over to a degree, and it's starting to happen with the likes of. Well, it's not going to happen with the Atari VCS. What am I talking about?
Got it behind me.
Happen with the Atari VCS. I know. Look at that thing. It's just like a little weight on your shoulder.
It is.
But to close this section, I hope people don't mind, but considering Xbox Live and subscriptions are such a thing now, and people do want these access to these services, I thought I'd just give one of these little like money-saving tips, and that is about Xbox Live Game Pass. So there's a method in which to get Game Pass for a full year for £60 or the equivalent in the States. And the way you do that is accept that £1 3-month subscription for Game Pass, and then start stacking 12-month EA access codes. Those codes cost about $20 or less. And they give you 4 months of Game Pass each. Stack it up 4 times, you've got a full year of Game Pass for less than £60. So that is the way to do it. There's always a loophole, and never buy RRP when it comes to subscriptions.
There you go. You heard it there. I actually don't have a subscription. I do actually. No, I have one for. I have loads outside of gaming. I have one. The only one I have is Nintendo Online, but that's like £15 a year. It's like, I don't have one for my PlayStation 5. I don't have one for Xbox, obviously. I'm too old school. I bought 4 games for my PlayStation 5 and I've not completed any of them yet. I haven't had the time because I'm always working on stuff. So for me, it's just I'll just go out and buy a game when I want it. I'm a consumer's wet dream because I'll just go out and just buy it at full price, £60, job done.
I do the same thing, yeah.
Yeah. I picked up the PS5 because I'm very much like that as a gamer.
Mm-hmm.
I like to buy what I like. But with the Game Pass, what I will say it's quite good at is knowing that if a new game launches on Xbox Series, it's a new exclusive title, exclusive in the bunny rabbit ears, Bolly. I know that I can just go, right, I'll just turn on the Xbox and it's going to be there. And I didn't have to pay a penny extra, and that's appealing to me. But also, I get to play things like Panzer Dragoon Auto in 4K, so that's another benefit.
Nice.
That is nice, actually. Is Jet Set Radio Future backwards?
I haven't tried. I believe it is.
Oh,
okay,
yes.
Okay. Oh, another stream idea right there. Oh my god, amazing, amazing. Have you got anything to add on this, Mike, at all regarding the Xbox price hike and then price deduction?
The self-sabotage thing's a bit weird, but I mean, Xbox brand has been weird for like a decade now.
They're so good at self-sabotage.
Yeah.
It's just
they fully follow no one else's path. They go down their own way, which is a good thing. They definitely aim towards that Twitch streamer type person. I'm saying this as I'm streaming on Twitch, but yeah, I'm very much a different type of person. I'd like to think. Yeah, they're aiming for a very specific demographic, and yeah, they're definitely not selling to me, which is a shame. They need to release that game the last night, I think it was. They teased that about 6 years ago. It looks freaking awesome, by the way.
you can have that after we get Scalebound.
No,
It's never
they
gonna
need to announce a new Ori, and they need to get on with that the last night, I believe it was. That's what they need to do. There
Might
you
be
go.
in a while.
I think I will be. I haven't tried out Battletoads yet. I need to get on that at some point.
Yeah, I should probably do that too.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. It's going to be okay. Okay. Still, my favourite game on the other Xbox exclusive is the Rare Replay. You know.
Yes.
That's probably the best exclusive that console has, because it's actually exclusive and is only available for Xbox. That's pretty much it.
What a sad world we live in. I did enjoy things like, I mean, obviously I love the Ori games. I think they're absolutely fantastic. I did enjoy Sunset Overdrive, but that's on Steam as well.
Yeah,
I hope they do more with that, because I felt like that was a perfect first game. Like I reckon the second one would really, really beef that up a bit.
Oh, but that was Insomniac. I mean, they're deep in Spider-Man video game territory now, aren't they?
They are. And good games as well. Very good games.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Solid. There we go. And then this brings us to our Kickstarter link of the week. Now, I'm personally not the biggest fan of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. However, I do know for a fact that quite a few of the people that watch my show do like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, based on the fact that I did an episode, a Kick Scammer series, where I talked about Mighty Morphin Power Ranger rip-off movies, basically, and it done quite well. Yeah, this particular Kickstarter is blowing up and then some. So as of the recording of this, it's still got 6 days to go. It needed 41, let me find the proper conversion. They needed $50,000, and so far it has $616,975. So what you're looking at is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Complete Comic Book Collections. There are some hardcore Mighty Morphin Power Ranger comic book fans, it seems. We are talking big money. The cheapest pledge is $100, but if you want them all, the minimum is $500, if I'm not mistaken. It's big. EA Sports. Yeah, it's massive. It's massive. Have we got any Power Rangers fans in the house?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, wow. Cool. I was getting a bit worried that it would just be me and Slopes going, I don't get it.
No, like I grew up with it.
Well, take the floor. What do you think of this?
It looks pretty neat. Like I'm one of those 90s boomer types where like I liked the first few years of this before I got out of it when I was older, and I like the first couple of generations of Pokemon and etc. But the bit of this, like the part of this Kickstarter that stood out for me was the be in the comic part. Like,
oh yeah,
that's the kind of stuff I used to do on the playground as a kid with my friends. Like we'd make up Rangers just from like other colors and stuff like that. like DeviantArt fanfic stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I had a little soft spot for it back in the day.
I mean, I mean, we mostly picked this link because it was just so impressive, right? I mean, 50,000 to. I mean, I'm looking at the pound prices, so just for those who are on this side of the pond, it's £451,308 from a £36,574 goal, and that is pretty damn good. And I'm pretty sure the last time I looked at this link about. In fact, I've got it in a document here. It's gone up a few, about 30 to 50,000 pounds overnight. It's
crazy money.
So it proves in some way that Power Rangers is alive and well. And I've got to say that the quality of the, I mean, by no means, I mean, I'm going to say this pretty much every week, but whenever we do like a link of the week, it's in by no means a recommendation, because of course you can never truly tell where a Kickstarter project is going to go.
No.
And the last thing we want to do is lead you down that rabbit hole. The offering that they're showing, I mean, the pictures and what they're going to do, I mean, there's standees, there's a box set thing, kind of looks like the treasure chest set of Zelda guides, if you've ever seen that.
Yeah.
It all looks really, really cool, and I'm sure if you're a Power Rangers fan, you'd fawn over it, so might be worth looking at.
Unfortunately, though, the 5 available £5,000 pledges have all gone. That's nuts.
What does that get you?
Put yourself in the Power Rangers comic.
All right. So, and you get signed Megazord Kickstarter editions, year 1, 2. I mean, there's 6 comic books worth of content here. You get a Megazord display standee with 6 holes, so you can
that thing looked really cool.
Yeah, it's not just cool, it's unique, I think, because it's like...
It looks like a store sort of standee.
Yeah, and then you've got an art print signed by people I don't recognise, and a full colour drawing from someone I don't recognise of you as a Power Ranger, which maybe...
But you as a Power Ranger, you can surely not have your mask on, like, here you are, like, is that me? Yeah, you're wearing the mask.
That's before you morph, surely.
But it's doing absurdly well. And you know, fair play for the people out there that like this sort of stuff. We did the same thing, both me and you, Grizzly. We both spent a heavy amount on the Earthworm Jim comics that were equally, yes. I would say. Actually, I think they're pretty unbeatable. Actually, the amount of effort that went into making those. They've got to be the best hardback comics that I own. They're so nice.
I've yet to see a comic book Kickstarter that has gone like truly terribly. And you know, one thing I will say about Tanapple Earthworm Jim is he makes a damn good comic book. I mean, everything the whole production was like high quality. So, and the Power Rangers one looks very similar in style to that.
Sure.
So, I mean, at some point we'll have to show it all. But yeah,
for sure. Thanks for listening to Slopescast, recorded live on Twitch on the 28th of January 2020. As always, if you want to be part of the show, make your way over to Twitch, and if you've got news stories you want us to cover, make your way over to Discord. And finally, if you want to be in for a chance to be on the podcast, then please do consider supporting the show on Patreon or by becoming a YouTube member. The podcast has now become a weekly podcast, and it's because of the support from you guys that we are able to do that very thing. So until next time, guys, this is DJ Slope signing out, and hopefully I'll see you all next time.